Okay, so please explain to people what epigenetics is, and you talk about how biology is not as powerful as culture in affecting the way we age, live, feel, look, all that stuff.
Okay, first, everything is empirical, as you know, that I talk about. I'm not just dreaming it.
Mm-hmm.
Centenarians, when I first started studying, I thought, well, it's got to be genes. They have long telomeres and all that kind of stuff, the conventional, which is myth. They don't. 20% genetics, that's it. 20%. Even long telomeres, short, they have long telomeres, short telomeres. Telomeres are the caps that you have at the end of the chromosomes, and it was thought that the longer, the longer you live, because the more of the reproduction of cells. But now we know that telomerase is an enzyme that actually creates telomeres and nourishes them. One of the ways to get telomerase is self-love. What's up? So what is epigenetics? It's another thing that people talk about, and they really don't go deep into it unless you're an epigeneticist. But basically, the thinking is genetics. You're inheriting your genes. You have your DNA and the nucleus, and then the genes are passed on by your father, your mother. Your mother will give you the mitochondria for the cells, all of that, and that's it. That's it. The environment doesn't have anything to do with it. It's just genetics. And unfortunately, most of medicine still functions that way. Genetics. It's in your family. What do you want? You got diabetes type 2, it's going to happen. Epigenetics looks at how the environment, external and internal, can change in gene expression, either by capping it with methylating, it's called methylating, or with histone capping, based on what the environment is showing you and the environment inside you, what is showing you. So what we do in the place in Poland, for example, is, let's say you take your genetics and epigenetics, and they find that you have a propensity for diabetes. That's a propensity, not a genetic sentence. And then they teach you ways to cap that potential expression for diabetes. No medication, just methods using some of my techniques. Also, sometimes they'll use supplements. For example, if you have a propensity for selenium to not be absorbed very well in your body, all you have to do is you take, and of course you measure it to see if it's true, because it's only a propensity. You take 1 Brazil nut a day, and that's more than you need for selenium. That's it. So epigenetics is basically saying, not only do we inherit our genes, but we inherit a potential to be expressed or not be expressed. And there are some exceptions. There are about 2 or 3% of that. You're born with a genetic mistake. If you have a particular problem with some genes, you might have Down syndrome, or you might have illnesses that MD and things like that come from faulty genes. The person's not faulty, the genes are faulty. But other than that, it's acquired. And we're sold the concept that you always have to be on medication, and you have to be on this. Some people do.
Or it's destiny.
Most people are over-medicated. And getting back to your questions as centenarians, I asked one, when was the last time you went to the doctor? And I'm not suggesting this. I'm giving you an anthropological report here. He said, 70 years ago when I broke my leg. Oh, and the doctor took real good care of it. It's really good. And you haven't been back? No. Why should I go back? So I said, what does your doctor have to say? He said, they're all dead. I don't know.
Exactly.
So now I don't suggest that you don't go to the doctor, but I suggest that you be very careful, because it's your body. Your doctor knows more physiology than you do. You know more phenomenology than he does or she does of your body. So centenarians, they say you got to take this and this. What is the side effect? Well, you could have a heart attack. No, I don't want it. You got to take it because it's a risk-benefit factor. No, I'm not going to take it. And if anything happens to me, I won't sue you. They take responsibility for their action.